Hello, this is Sebastian Griffin Tay Kian Guan. Tay Kian Guan or Zheng Kin Yun. Tay Kian Guan is Hokkien name. My Chinese name is Zheng Jian Yuan. In Cantonese is Zheng Kin Yun. Now I would like to talk a little bit about my opinion and my preference about political system and also my view on what happened going on right now. I do not want to participate. I do not want to involve in the war between U.S., Israel, and Iran, as well as Russia and Ukraine. I do not want to side any factions. So now I am now a political refuge from Malaysia. I was being persecuted by the Malaysian government. I fled from Malaysia to Thailand on 14th of April 2025, which is last year, about the same time right now. I am already in Thailand for almost 1 year. Now the Thailand government did not give me any citizenship or any document, any legal document to reside in Thailand. So I'm actually I'm a stateless right now. The Malaysian government actually refused to grant me a passport. I was stranded in Malaysia for 3 years. They refused to grant me any passport. This is not the first time I fled from Malaysia to Thailand. I think this is at least the third or the fourth time. The first time it was before COVID, and I got my Malaysia passport, and which I actually fled from Malaysia to Thailand, from Thailand entered to Cambodia, Vietnam, and then I went to Taiwan, and then subsequently from Taiwan I went to Shanghai, and on the exact day I landed on Shanghai, that is the exact day China declared emergency. It declared the endemic, which is a COVID endemic, COVID-19. So that is when the COVID started, and I was there's a nationwide quarantine. I was being put into a hostel. Actually not by government. It's a private hostel. I paid for a hostel, and I was there for a few weeks before from there I went to this Shenzhen, and from Shenzhen I went to Hong Kong. I wanted to work in Hong Kong. I want to get a job and work in Hong Kong, and then once I got enough money, then I intend to sue Malaysia government. So that is my intention, but it did not went well, because first is I lack of fund, and then there was a lot of sabotages from my mother's side of the family. My mother Esther Lim Pek San. They sent a lot of people came and talk to me and all that. So which is they are not helpful in a way, because these businessmen, they do not know what happened. They do not know. The thing here is that they do not know what happened in Malaysia, and they do not know what happened in the world. So I really do not know what these businessmen doing. They probably do not even know what is the business scenario in Malaysia. So are they Malaysians or what? I do not know. But they are quite prominent. They are quite well known in Malaysia. So that is the case now. The reason why I was being persecuted by Malaysian government is because I spoke out against Malaysia, particularly on the issue which I want to repel NEP. NEP stands for New Economy Policy, as well as to remove the religion of Islam from the constitutions, or whatever proviso or provisions for the religion of Islam, including Article 160, where the interpretation of Malay race is those who professes in the religion of Islam, because Malay is actually an Austronesian race, mostly originated from Sarawak, the Borneo, and they migrated to the peninsula, Malay Peninsula, or previously known as Suvarna Dwipa. So that is the thing. Now I want to make myself very clear that I am not favoring a junta government. Now what is a junta government? A junta government is a military-run government. It could link to previously there is a premier called Mussolini, Mussolini of the Italian president Mussolini. Now he is anti-communist, he is anti-fascist, but he is pro military. He is like he was an army before. He was an army, and he think army or soldier deserve a better life or some special privileges. So that is the kind of things. I'm not sure whether that is the incidents that instigate a military-run government. But of course, before that, we know in the medieval era, or those in Europe they call medieval era. That means before the Renaissance, around 300 over years ago. Most of the countries or kingdom in the Europe is ruled by lords, lords, kings and lords of prince. So all these are warlords, they fought against each other, and they conquered the land, and from there they rule the land. So that is the kind of scenario there in Europe. There is no literally, they do not talk about, it's not a civilized world, it's a world based on aggressions, based on based on jungle law. Jungle law means those who can have a better strength in a muscle, a bigger, who has a bigger muscle or better military strength or greater military strength and strategy, who can dominate or conquer, who can rule the land. And of course, rule the land means also in the process also looting others' kingdoms, wealth, and women, enslave others for their own enjoyment or indulgence. So that is the kind of world, or they call it dark ages. Before Renaissance, that period is called dark ages. So this is exactly what repeating, I think, happening, reflecting what the President Trump is doing right now. He is disregarding law, disregarding treaty signed with other nations, with other parties. I think the most visible or most apparent incident is started when he kidnapped the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, and then killed, I think, 100 over military personnel as well as civilian in the process, and also crippled the air defense system in Venezuela. So after that, subsequently, he also threatened Greenland, threatened to attack Greenland from Denmark, because Greenland now is belong to Denmark. It's one of Denmark territory, and Denmark is one of the NATO members. So he also threatened the European Commissions, threatened the Europe countries by imposing tariff as a penalty, to penalize them for not listening or for not going according to his will. And now he also instigate the war with Iran, join hand with Israel. Now, before the war happened, actually, the Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu, went to Chiang Mai and met me. He told me he's going to have war. I said no, I do not agree with the war. I told him I do not agree with the war, whether join with US or what. I do not think it should have a war. And then also this Ayatollah Khomeini from Iran side also, he met me, and I say no, I do not agree to have war with Israel or with USA. But of course I'm nobody, so that's why they did not listen to me. They start the war anyway. But anyhow, what I'm trying to convey here, the message is that first of all, I never agree with a military-run government, whether they call junta government or whether it's a quasi democracy or democracy republic. Now, what happened in the U.S. now? U.S. is a republic, is a democratic country, but what they are doing now, how it functions right now, it is not a democratic country. It does not care about the treaty or the agreement they sign with other countries or with other organizations. He also disregard, US also disregard the United Nations Charter. When the moment they kidnap Venezuela president, they are violating the United Nations Charter. I believe there are so many people debating about it. whether it's UN Security Council or UN itself. But another thing I observe is that the United Nations is actually biased, is actually double standard when it comes to enforcing the law or the terms and conditions spelled out in the United Nations Charter or whatever treaties. United Nations is actually a body and international organizations that also govern international treaties, but it seems like they are double standard. So I really do not know what happened in the world, but what I can see, US right now is not the US that we know in the past. Of course, apart from the US, the peg of US dollar with gold, which is broke the gold standard or the Bretton Woods standard in the year 1971 by the President Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon is the US president who declared US dollars no longer pegged with gold. Previously was 1 ounce of gold equivalent to 35 US dollars. So that is pegged with gold standard, but now it is no longer pegged with the gold, and it actually indirectly, in a way, inadvertently, the President Richard Nixon actually created a Ponzi scheme where US dollars is no longer, the value is actually is not exchangeable with gold. So it's purely based on trust right now. The money that we're holding right now is based on trust. There is a huge topic about it, but I do not want to talk about dollars at the moment. But what I'm just saying is that now the US, I do not know whether it's because of China, but China is emerging as an economy, next economy superpower, and also as well as a military power. I'm not sure whether it's because of that US felt intimidated, and that's why President Trump reacted in a very radical way, which I do not think what he is doing is logical, is sensible. It is not sensible, it is also not diplomatic. I hope he can rethink or to think what is the next step. My advice to him, actually he called me before the war, my advice to him is that he have some reservation for himself. Use the Congress or the people to stop the war. So that is my advice to the President Trump. But of course, I also wish US to stop interfering with others' internal affair. If it's not helpful, unless the US is there to mend the problem or to stand for human right, to resolve human right crisis, then I believe the US military presence or diplomat present in other countries that influence or has some assertions or some I would say influence on the local politics is sensible. Otherwise, if they are just there because of themselves, because of the dollar problems, they're trying to cover themselves with of course in the Middle East they call petrol dollars because most of the oil producing country right now, oil including oil and gas, natural gas, is from the Middle East, the Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, UAE, Oman, Yemen, all that. So I'm not sure whether it's attributed it's because of the de-dollarizations or not. It's because of the debate of gold, and then now the emergence of China, and also starting to de-dollarize. De-dollarize means people are stop using US dollars, and this could be a threat to the US economy, and also to bring out the Bretton Woods problems, because actually not the Bretton Woods is not a problem, but distorting from the Bretton Woods is a problem for the US. And now the problem, US have to face the problem, because previously in the year 1969 there was a hyperinflation in US, and that is the reason why the US President Richard Nixon have to depeg US dollars with gold. And there is repercussions on that depeg, and because of that, the US forced others to use US dollars to trade in order to protect the US. So that is the story. And now the de-dollarizations will bring the problems. I foresee they will have a huge inflations in the US, where the US currency probably will become no value, because as of right now the value is based on trust, based on the circulation, international trade. If the de-dollarization were to be accelerated, then I believe people no longer need to use US dollars, and so much money printed, so much US dollars printed and circulate worldwide will become redundant, and they will have a huge repercussion, especially when I think it will have a hyperinflation, a super duper hyperinflations in the US. It's going to be a huge problem for the US economy. So I really do not think a military or this junta government or the fashion, whether you call it a democratic country or not, right as of right now, when I look at it, China, despite it's a communist country, but they are actually more humane. I would say they are more democratic than most of the democratic countries. They claim to be democratic but behave like a junta government, behave like an absolute monarchy government, behave like an anarchy government, where they do not care about law, they do not care about, they operate in such a fashion that it is very fragmented. Myanmar, I believe, is a bit anarchy plus a junta government, so it is not really the kind of government, a political system that I favor in. Of course, I favor in democracy, but a real democracy, not a democracy government that what Donald Trump is running right now. Of course, the ultimate aims is also is in line with the UN Charter, where I believe every country should have a freedom for self-determination, a total freedom for self-determination, as well as within that self-determination, of course, you have to align with human rights. It cannot violate the human rights. A basic human right must be there, and of course, right now I'm actually still looking forward the assistance from China, and also China government, especially Hong Kong government actually. And I hope my father's side of my father and my mother, both my biological father and mother, do not sabotage the process. I know they are sabotaging. What they can do is actually to help me financially to get through this hurdle. I just want to settle down. I do not want to involve in politics anymore. It had drained my finance totally, and I do not want it to be in a position that is very precarious. I do not have house. I do not have freedom to decide what my next moves and all that. I'm fully capable of working or do business myself. I'm fully capable of being independent, and I hope my parents please do not sabotage my life. And I am not crazy for money as crazy as them. I believe they committed quite a number of crime, which classify as crime for normal people, but for them, I do not know how they interpret their actions. They seems like they have impunity against the law in this region, which is ASEAN region. I do not want to really involve in their business where there are so many crimes committed. I do not want to involve in the business. I hope to set up my own business, and if I do have shares in the companies, whether they're companies or they invest for me, I hope they can please come and sit down with me and list down whatever company that I have share in, so that I can manage my wealth myself, and I can of course I'll provide whatever necessary for my children's. My children, I consider them as bastard, I consider them as illegitimate children, but I will still take care of them because I know they are innocent. Children are innocent actually. there is a forced fatherhood incidents where I do not know my children's mother. I do not know them at all. I do not know how. I do not know why they want to carry my children's. For sure, I cannot accept any of them without romantic relationship. So I hope, of course, I hope my priority is to give to my children's mother, so that in case I'm married, I can marry one of them or some of them, so that I do not need to find another woman. Of course, I also want to make myself clear that I'm not guaranteed that I will marry someone within this forced fatherhood forced fatherhood perpetrator, which is one or some of my children's mother. I will not guarantee that. I would actually give priority, but give priority, but does not necessarily guarantee that I will marry or I will legitimize bastard, my illegitimate children or their mother as my spouse. I have to make myself clear, because I do not want to set a precedent. I do not want to set a precedent where somebody, some female can just rape a man and then claim, and then bear the children's, and then claim to be a victim, or claim inheritance or some affiliation with the man. In my case, the man is, in this case, I am the victim of the rape, or I'm the victim of these incidents, and they are actually going so rampant, so blatant, so ruthless with disregard law. And I believe the reason why is because they are immune to law. They are immune to law in a way they know a lot. They are affiliated with many big guys, many big dog in Singapore and Malaysia. Those are tengku in Malaysia, or those sultan, and many very prominent political leaders in Singapore. That's why they got impunity against the law. But I would like to stay here that and this is also the reason why I would not take residence in Singapore, and also I will not return to Malaysia, judging from the facts that they are actually immune to law. They are so crazy, so insane. I do not know when I will have another woman pop up from Singapore and have my children and claim inheritance. I do not want that. So, and also I want to state here that I will not have any business cooperation or any financial gain for those women. I will not have any benefit. I will not benefit them, because this is actually a crime, considered a crime. I do not want to set a precedent where those perpetrators, those person who violate my human right and still can enjoy financial benefit from me. So because that could be their ultimate aim, which is to access into my wealth, access into my inheritance, which I do not want. And in the case I have a prefer candidate to be my spouse, I believe I will focus on that. I do not want this perpetrator to infiltrate into my family and gain whether political benefit or financial benefit from me. So this is what I want to say. And I know Yitong mothers could probably belong to one of the Myanmar General Army family, which I not favoring junta government. Myanmar is a junta government. And likewise for the American woman, I believe the American woman, his father is one of the General Army of US, United States of America. I also do not favor, despite America is a democratic country, but I cannot accept her, whether she like me or not, whether she love me or not. It is a unilateral relationship. I do not know her. I do not have any relationship or any feeling for her at all. So I hope all this nonsense can stop. Not because you are a woman, you can rape somebody, you can pregnant yourself, and then you can claim yourself as a victim. Although in society in general, most of the rape victim, they are women. But it does not means that all the victim are women. In this case, they are actually after some benefit from me. I do not know. So I hope all this nonsense can stop and I get my justice back. And of course, I hope to settle down as soon as possible. I hope my father's side of the family, my grandfather, my akong, I hope my akong can talk to me, because my father, I do not know how to communicate with him. He do not talk properly. He always like to show something to me. It's not necessary to show something. We can just sit down and talk, have a proper conversations, just a normal conversation. Do not need to impress me. I also do not impress you. I'm just an ordinary man. We are born in a special family, probably born in a special family, but we are just ordinary men. We are just ordinary persons. We are not specially intelligent, or we are not anything special. So I hope he can sit down with me and have a proper conversation, probably sit down in a coffee shop. We can have a coffee together. And I hope my grandfather also can sit down. My grandfather somehow is more sensible. I think somehow can talk to me more easily rather than my father. My father, I think, is a gone case. I do not know what happened to him mentally. So this is what I hope for. And also in a way, I hope they can stop sabotage my life. We can sit down and talk about business, how we want to expand or create new business. Business, if you do not expand your business, or you do not create a new business, that means business is dying, because there's inflation. If you do not grow your business, if your profit is not growing, your business is dying. So this is my message to him. I hope he can give me more freedom, greater freedom to decide my future, my family, my personal life. So this is what I hope from my father's side of the family. As for my mother's side of the family, I do not want to recognize my mother anymore. And whichever inheritance left by my grandparents, it have to be judged by the rules of law, how the law say, and then I will just go according to the law. So that's it for today. Thank you.